It's your boy Sheesh Blanco. What's the deal, man? I think this is episode 3. I might be wrong. Could be 4. I'm not too sure. Of the GOF podcast / mental health talks. I hope y'all been tuning in, been checking out. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying my best to every week drop a video, and I'm just going based off this ain't scripted. It's just me off the top of the dome. You know what I'm saying? Things I probably talk about to people during the week, or during certain situations. I was like, okay, that's something to probably get out there, so somebody else probably need to hear it. So I hope all y'all been doing great. Hope y'all been taking hold of the things I've been throwing out there within the episodes about how I get through my times of lows with anxiety and or depression. But let me just throw in there, I don't always want this stuff to be like, sad or whatever. Just think of it as just ways to help you get through things. But and as well, when I have people on here, it won't always be, it'll be easier for them to tell you about how they do it. And I guess you can just say it's just ways of getting better and getting through it. Because like I said in the first episode, I believe it's something that never goes away. You just learn how to get through it and beat it, and just do your thing. But today, I think we're gonna call this leaving the past, or letting go of the past. One of my biggest, I would say, triggers for my depression when it started was I couldn't let go of what I didn't become and what I didn't do in the past me. So I always had, the dreams of playing football and doing all these things and whatever. And once that part of my life was over, I was depressed. Like I didn't know what I was gonna do. I didn't know, what was gonna be my next move. No matter going to school, doing whatever. Like I always had this thought process of I'm going to go to college and do it. And even though that's one thing, like I don't try and think about it because as God gifted as I was in most things that I did, I didn't put in the X amount of hours and stuff that I needed to really get through the things. And I thank God that I even had the ability to do what I was doing while I was doing it, because it was, if I always was beating myself up, like if I would have went back and did this, or if I would went in high school, I would have been in the gym more, wasn't focused on women and doing all this and whatever. Like, yeah, there's all things we can say that could have helped us stop doing stuff we needed to stop doing to be better. But in life, I think in true reality, I think your path and journey is already set. You just have to go through so many different things before you can truly realize okay, this is what I'm supposed to do. Like I feel like this is what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to speak and tell people, in my truths and what I've been through and what I've done to help them not make mistakes, and or just be a a vessel to let people know, it's going to happen. Like you're not always going to get all the things you think you need to get in life, but you will get what you need. Like what you want, you may not get, but what you need, you will get. So, and all that being said, I would beat myself up terribly, from the years of probably 2017 to some kind, in somewhat recent time, I would just beat myself up, and it wasn't just in a sports aspect, it was just in a life aspect. I didn't know if I was doing certain things right. I didn't know if I was, being a man the right way, just a certain type of things, because it was I just didn't know, because there wasn't, people truly showing. So in my childhood, and then, in adulthood, you just kind of pick up bits and pieces of things. But yeah, it got to a point where it was just really bad. And then I was talking to one of my little young boys today, and he was just telling me I'm slipping, I'm falling into this spot, and I'm falling deep, and I'm like, you can't fight that person. You can't fight the past you. All the things that you've done in your past is your past. You cannot go backwards. You can't get a time machine and change it. You have to live with that. And with that, sometimes I think most cases people have that bad feeling because they might have not did the right thing at the right time, and it made somebody view them differently, or made a group of people view them differently. And when you're in those situations, you want to go back and change that. Man, I could have did this better. I'd have to do her like that, or do him like that, or whatever it might have been. But you just have to learn from those things truly. You can't change it. There's nothing you can do excuse me, to go back and, change those problems or those, altercations. But what you can do is just be a better you, like every day. Like I live by every day just to try and better myself, whether that's in the mental, the physical, or the spiritual, which is like it takes nothing because it's you. Like in your mental stability and fighting those past demons, like let it go. Like you have to. Like there's no way to not get overwhelmed or super anxious if you're constantly trying to battle something that doesn't exist. Control what you can control, truly, right? Because if you try and control something that doesn't exist, like people's thought processes and the way they think about you, those are things that they just think about. It doesn't truly exist in reality of physical form. It's just their thought process. But you're here. You're sitting right here in real life. And every day you got a chance to be better, be different. So you should always try and just think about that. Don't think so much of, oh, like they thought about me that. I used to truly like, it took like small things. Somebody say something bad about me and so I'd be like how? Like it would get me so riled because it was like, like why would you say that? Type thing. It actually was crazy. It happened in recent time and what was said to me or said about me, to me, it was like I thought it was extremely disrespectful, right? But I didn't show that. I didn't react to it. I didn't, that's something at certain points where, back then I'd have been like, oh, I would have said something and whatever. But it was like cool, like, And also remember, in voicing yourself, right? And voicing the way you feel does not mean that you're wrong. If somebody's coming at you in a disrespectful form, you have the right to say, I'm taking that disrespectfully. And that's completely fine. And that doesn't mean you have to curse them out or whatever. Just let them know, like, why are you coming at me like that? And as I was saying, it was coming at my character. So I didn't like it. And I was like, okay, well, that's your opinion, whatever. But within that, some people will never let go of what person you were or whatever you did. And that's completely on them. They don't have to. That's their life. But you can let go of what you did or you said or even how you felt in a moment in time because you have control over that. You have control over you. So fighting that old you is only going to get you in worse places in your mental stability because, like I said, it doesn't exist. So every day, right, when you get up, you got a chance and a choice to be like, I'm going to be better in this aspect or I'm going to be better in that aspect. And nobody's words should bother you because, what I'm saying, everybody has an opinion. The opinions are like, I think we all know, the great saying like that, everybody has one. But most of the time, the people that are badgering you and beating down on you, they have a lot of stuff that they're dealing with and they're battling. So they need something or someone to attack. So don't let that get to you and don't let it push you to such a region where you're now fighting yourself because of what somebody said or what they did or whatever. Because ultimately, the goal is for us to be better. The goal is for us to keep growing. I'm saying? Every day, when we started off, say the journey, we plant that seed. So every day we're watering it so we can constantly grow. So, when I was talking to my young boy, I try to tell him, like, don't allow that to be, the defining moment of your life. Like, yeah, it happened. Whatever happened. You can't change it. So much. I done so much in my life, past wise, that if I had the chance, I would change it all. But it's made me who I am right now. All the process of what I went through is, like I said, I wasn't a great person at certain points in time. And to certain people, some people, and you talk to some people, they'll be like, oh yeah, he's super cool, whatever. Talk to some people, they might be like, oh, I didn't like him or whatever. But when you're in this certain emotion of life, like sometimes points in my life, I wasn't even thinking clear. Like I was just like, okay, whatever, do this here. Then as I got into adult life and adult movement and stuff like that, I really wasn't, thinking because I was introduced to so many different things so fast. So, within that, I just thank God truly because in the now, like to have awareness and be able to be like, I was a problem to a lot of people at a point in time. And, that, you know, my actions messed up other people. You know what I'm saying? And when I say that, I don't mean that in the sense of like friendships or nothing like that. I'm talking to dealings with like women and stuff like that. You know, the person that I was at a point, like, it wasn't, you know, good, and it ate at me, and I definitely had a real point in my life where I truly sat down and I asked for true forgiveness for everything that I've done or put anybody through, because ultimately people don't deserve your traumas. People don't deserve the things that you're dealing with to be put on them. So, you know, that's one thing I vow in life to never ever do ever again, is to allow my lows or my demons in my closets to become somebody else's, you know, because, you know, people don't deserve that. And, you know, the ultimate greatest thing is when getting that into that forgiveness state is letting go. Like, we have to let go. We have to forgive ourselves and forget about all that, because it's all sitting in here in your mind all the time. So if you constantly thinking about what you could have done or what you didn't do, you're never going to be able to be okay. It's going to be a constant thing of regret and trying to understand why. Just stop asking the question of why and just start doing what you want to do now. You may not be able to get the ultimate goal of what you wanted, but you can get something better. It might come in a different form, and it might just be the changing point of your entire life, because you're focusing on something that truly makes you happy rather than focusing on something that's making you sad, that's making you depressed, that's giving you anxiety. You know, sometimes you just gotta let it all go. You know, truly, like, it's a true blessing when you can sit there and just, you know, realize, be aware, let it go, truthfully. And, you know, within that, like I said, the conversations is always not always going to be, you know, downing or whatever. Most cases, I'm trying to, you know, get you motivated, to get you to understand that life is happening, and as you sit back and look over here, which is the past, your future is this way, and you're not even living in today because you're still thinking about yesterday or 6 years ago, 12 years ago. Gotta let it go. No matter what, you can't change that person, but you can be the best person today. You know what I'm saying? And I want to again say thank all of y'all that come to the channel. Y'all watch it. I said this is like a true passion to me. I feel great when I'm sitting here letting y'all know. You know, I'm trying to be as vulnerable as possible and just give y'all the real. I mean, I wouldn't want y'all to sit here and me sit here and lie about things, and, you know, and that sort of nature. So it's like, if you're sitting here and you watched it, please take into consideration what I say. Let it go. Let your past go. Anybody hurt you, whatever it is, you hurt somebody, let it go, because you're stopping your own growth because you're still trying to battle the past. Live in today. Then we get up, we wake up in the morning, we focus on tomorrow. I'm gonna leave y'all with this real spit. My favorite quote of all. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a gift. If you know where that's from, drop it in the comments. Also, just love your life. Self-care, take care of you. And don't, you know what I'm saying, don't worry about nothing. Just do what you gotta do. Peace and love.